Welcome back, trainers, to the Pokemon Regionals Malaysia Championship. My name is Hashi Ganja and I'm with Phoebe.
Yes, hi, I'm Phoebe, and we will be your casters for today's
Round 2.
Swiss round 2 for the Malaysia Regional here at Diamond Mall Subang Jaya.
And so, without further ado, let's get on to the next battle. We will have Ang Wei Wen from Singapore against Diki Wijaya from Malaysia. So another Singapore versus Malaysia again here.
Yes, very international here, and we're definitely keeping it a bit fresh because we have Diki Wijaya here, who has not actually made an appearance, or at least hasn't been very active in VGC 18 so far, but he has had reputable accomplishments over the past 2 seasons. And of course, we have Ang Wei Wen here, who is actually number 3, I believe, in Asia Pacific right now. Someone
Oceania.
Oceania, yeah.
Oceania.
Wei Wen here has had notable accomplishments. You know, his most recent finish would be the top 4 in the Malaysia Open about last month. Yeah.
And it seems that his team is quite similar with his how he wins the top 4 or reached the top 4 in the previous special championships, except that he brings the Nihilego in favor for the Venusaur,
Yes.
probably in terms of the offensive power, and Nihilego can counter some Pokemon which is quite similar. There's like a lot of Charizard coming on as well. Like Nihilego is one of the great counters for Charizard.
Yes, definitely making that switch to Nihilego from what was previously the Chlorophyll Venusaur slot there. And Diki's side of the field here, we have actually a very, very familiar team. We've seen Joseph Salma actually bring this team and got top 4 in the
Utah.
in Utah. And yeah, I mean, Diki has been notable for being a very hyper offensive player over the past few seasons, and it'll be interesting to see how he plays around with this Trick Room team here with that Porygon there.
Yes, and also not to mention that this team, the Utah, which won the top 4 in the Utah regionals, we have the Minor Trek, Frisian, Tapu Fini, Incineroar, and Braviary. Braviary and also Frisian is not like a common team, a
Yes.
common Pokemon that is being used in this VGC 2018 format. So I'm really looking forward, especially against the what we can say like the original team from Wei Wen.
Yes, and both players have already made their selections and will be moving in right now to our Swiss round 2.
Of this Masters division.
Yes.
Out of 6 Swiss rounds today, we have 48 trainers for the Masters, 52 trainers overall, and coming from 8 countries. So it's really international here in Malaysia.
But we see Wei Wen leading with the Cresselia and Tapu Koko lead, definitely giving Wei Wen speed control options right off the bat. And Diki here with the Virizion and the Nectric lead.
Yeah, and I'll believe that Diki Wijaya will not most Mantric is with the Volt Absorb.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's quite a good matchup with the Tapu
Tapu Koko,
Koko,
yes.
and the Virizion here can also deals up a lot of offensive pressure or hits a quite hard move against the Cresselia, while Tapu Koko here can basically deals off some damage, but probably like a full switch, or which is usually being used by Tapu Koko. It's not. It's a bit hard. That's why he decides to switch rather than going for the full switch chip damage.
Yes, and of course, we see Diki also making a switch there for Virizion, bringing in Tapu Fini there. Well, for Wei Wen, I mean, yes, he has the Trick Room and definitely speed control in potential IC win as well, right off the bat. But he does have to be very, very careful of that Snorlax on Wei Wen's side of the field, because if you set up a Trick Room and you can successfully bring in that Snorlax, it will be a little bit trickier for Diki there.
And yes, this Minor Trick gives off the Intimidate, which is not really affected by these 2 Pokemon. And Minor Trick users now decides to reduce the special attack by these 2 special attackers Pokemon, like Cresselia, a lot of Icy Wind and Ice Beam sometimes. And here's the speed control from the Cresselia, decides to reduce Minor Trick and also Tapu Fini by 1 stage, and it probably affects a bit much to the Minor Trick as it's offensive pressure with high speed Pokemon.
Yes. We see Wei Wen actually opting to go for the Icy Wind there, revealing the Icy Wind instead of the Trick Room, which I thought was actually a safer play because, of course, with Diki's side of the field, that Tapu Fini potentially may be running a slower or bulkier version, and it's not been revealed yet. So, in order to make sure that he doesn't accidentally set up the
Yeah,
trick
yeah,
room and then,
mess up with the
yeah.
trick room, and then the momentum is going to the Dicky side. It will be really dangerous.
yes. But yeah, we see Dicky here with that Manectric on the field, which immediately threatens the Charizard, and we see Wayward actually making the switch, not wanting to give up that his mega option there and bringing in Tapu Koko.
Sets up the electric switch
yes.
again, and right now giving off the offensive pressure to the Tapu Fini without the Volt Absorb anymore.
Yes, and we see the Volt switch from the Cresselia will allow Dicky to have more pivoting there and bring back the Manectric in favor of the.
Sorry, I need to correct myself. It's Lightning Rod, not Volt Absorb. The Lightning Rod that
yes.
every time Lightning Rod is an ability that is great against a Tapu Koko, which usually uses like Full Switch or Thunderbolt and redirects all the electric attacks onto them, and also raises the special attack by 1.
But we see the Volt switch coming up in favor of the Incineroar that comes in, and right off the bat, I think Dicky's positioning here is actually really good.
But we see the War Dream Seeds coming out from the Tapu Fini, going with the Z-move, powerful Z-moves right in the beginning of the game, and will probably going for the Hydro Vortex to the Charizard slot before. No, sorry, actually he's going for the Cresselia probably once the kills off the
barely
keeping on.
And of course activating the Pinch Berry there and restoring back what little health he had before. So now the Incineroar immediately offers that fake out pressure, and yeah, and with the Dicky side of the field, he definitely wants to fake out into the Tapu Koko there, and to prevent to make sure that Fini stays
on the field, yeah. And Incineroar here being just coming in, there's also the fake out pressure as well, and also can hit a lot of damage onto the Tapu Koko with a Flame Blitz, or even a knock off onto the Tapu Koko to see which item, potential knock off to see which item that the Tapu Koko has. And here is the Manectric going for the Intimidate once more. Doesn't really affect these two special attack Pokemon. Cresselia decides to go for the Helping Hand, going to increase the Tapu Koko's special attack. And there's the Z move.
Yes, will we see go into the Manectric slot, which where the Tapu Fini was previously, and that will do
still tons of damage, I think.
a lot of damage, but that Manectric will definitely be surviving that.
Let's see, with the Gigabolt Havoc and also the Helping Hand. Oh no, it's actually to Incineroar.
Oh, that was a pretty good play from Wayward, just in case that Tapu Fini actually decides to fight back or makes any switches there, and which really benefited Wayward there because he immediately takes out Incineroar, which is actually a fairly big threat to his team.
Yeah, fairly big threat, and sometimes Incineroar can be really dangerous in the late game, even though he doesn't do any setups, but with the pivoting and how with the fake out pressure, sometimes with the knock off, and also with a lot of Pokemons, a lot of Incineroar uses the U-turn to chip damage and also have the right pivoting, and also the positioning. It's like a pretty dangerous Pokemon in late game.
Yes, but we see Virizion actually coming in here for Dicky side of the field, and it'll be interesting to see how he decides to play these next few turns with that Virizion, and you don't see it very often.
Yeah, you don't see really Virizion very often, especially in this FGC 2018. We have seen a bit of a Terrakion with the Whimsicott combo in 2018, but we see the Snarlgate comes out and reduce the special attack by these two Pokemon of Cresselia and also Tapu Koko. And we will see the Dazzling Gleam from the Tapu Koko, which is slightly faster than Virizion, going to both of these Pokemon. Even though super effective, does not get a lot of damage, and Leaf Blade picks up the KO onto the Tapu Koko with a critical hit. And yeah, actually Virizion has a really high special defense stat as well, so that also explains how bulky that Virizion getting damage from the Thunderbolt.
Yes,
and sorry, the Dazzling Gleam from the Tapu Koko.
With Virizion, in respect to Virizion, it has had several achievements in VGC 18, albeit not a lot. It has managed to cut a few tournaments, and yeah, I mean, whenever it is used, it has been used effectively.
Yeah, I probably like Virizion has it's one of the options for a grass type Pokemon other than Kartana or Tapu Bulu. It's quite fast, it hits hard, and it has a good special defense, but
and coverage as well.
And coverage as well. It's just that flying types is not its best friend.
Yes.
but there's not a lot of flying types in this format as well, flying type move in this format, and so I think Frisian is a pretty good choice if you use it effectively.
We see Wayward actually going for the ally switch that just to prevent that Stone Age from actually hitting the Charizard, but Dicky reading into that and going with the Thunderbolt into...
No, Volt Switch. There's a Volt Switch onto the Cresselia.
Oh, and the Volt Switch into the Cresselia slot, which ally switch actually made the Charizard right in that position. And so Dicky actually covering two options, ensuring that if the ally switch does come off, I can check two things at once.
Check two things as well. It's one of the great...
Yeah, but to be fair, it was also... it also helps him gain more momentum with that Volt Switch, allowing him to switch out as well and bring in Tapu Fini here, which would actually help a lot against.
And right now, like, Tapu Fini is quite a dangerous Pokemon, especially against the Cresselia. It can hit off like with a potential Moonblast or Muddy Water against these two Pokemons, and also Frisian with the potential Sacred Sword usually, or close combat. Going for the close combat, as we see going to the Snorlax, still does not pick up the KO with that bulky, very
Snorlax
bulky,
being very bulky, as we know. And of course activating the very common pinch berry that we usually see on Snorlax there, and restoring back its health. But I don't think it's
using Moonblast right now. It's going on to the Cresselia, going to pick up the KO, but
it won't pick up the KO. But we see Belly Drum come off here to actually give Snorlax the attack boost there.
And the Trick Room.
And the Trick Room comes out. So with Wayward side of the field, it's looking really good right now. Albeit the health being a little pretty low, but now he'll move first and he'll definitely be able to recycle if it does carry it, the berry that it previously had.
Yeah, recycle, or actually just go for the Frisian to pick up the KO, because another recycle probably after two attacks from Tapu Fini and also Frisian, Snorlax is not that safe. So it's a bit of a mind game, even though it's Wayward's position right now is really good, and he decides to attack with the Earthquake.
And we see Snorlax revealing attack here with that Earthquake, hitting both the Frisian and the Tapu Fini. Picking up the KO on the Virizion, but barely missing out on the Tapu Fini there. Definitely Dicky looks like he's caught off guard with that Earthquake, but we see the haze. Okay, managed to remove the attack boost from the Belly Drum there.
And we'll see at some Pokemons at the back, we still has one of the fast Pokemon which is the Manectric, going out against right now with the Intimidate, going to reduce the Snorlax attack
by one stage.
By one stage, yeah. But then again, it's Dicky's. It's actually a pretty good move before.
Yes.
He's just going for the haze. For example, if like Tapu Fini survives with any of the attacks, he can use the haze. And if the Tapu Fini decides to die, like the Frisian can just pick up the KO.
Yes, Wayward there actually set himself for a pretty good endgame with that Trick Room Snorlax there, but of course with that haze Tapu Fini, it definitely makes things a bit trickier for him.
Dicky is probably really happy that it can survive an Earthquake, like +6 Earthquake from the Snorlax, which is pretty huge. And the momentum right now with the Dicky again, and here is the Ally Switch coming out from the Cresselia,
swapping the positions of both that Cresselia and Snorlax. And Snorlax went for recycle, just to recycle back the Fini Berry and blocking it, restoring back its health
by 50%. And right now, two moves from the Tapu Fini going on to the Snorlax slot before, as now picks up the KO to the Cresselia. So right now, no more support, helping hand support to the Snorlax, and the Volt Switch going to pivot and change with the Pokemon at the back. Two Pokemon left. Yeah, sorry.
So, but right now, I mean, it still looks slightly in Dicky's favor, but I don't think it's impossible for Wayward to come back here.
It's pretty much quite possible, especially with these two Pokemons hitting really hard against the Snorlax with the Moonblast or even the Mighty Water, and also Manectric still has the Volt Switch, which we see can kills off the Snorlax pretty fast.
Yes, we do have a little bit of technical difficulty, as you can see. Oh, but we're back now, and we see the Manectric going for the Protect to preserve itself for this turn, and of course Snorlax going for yet another Earthquake. Oh, it was a double Protect that we missed, and of course the Sun Fades there.
So
yeah,
still in the good position for Snorlax, especially in the Trick Room, and we'll see if Dicky can survive this Trick Room.
Snorlax without the Belly Drum will do fairly little damage, I'd say. I mean, you can pick up the Tapu Fini, but with the Manectric, it's a little bit difficult because I believe
minus
it's at
one.
-1 right now. Yeah, but at this point of time, I think with that Snorlax, it's pretty difficult for Wayward because he can't set up the belly jump because it'll just be hazed away again, you know. So yeah.
Not even not haze away again. Even though it's like +6 again, it's like it'll pretty much die in that very turn. And
Yes.
Tapu Fini protect still fails. The Earthquake's going to hit both of these Pokemon, picking up the KO onto the Tapu Fini. We'll see if Magnetrick still survives
Yes,
for one
it
more
will
turn.
survive, with that spread damage at -1 especially. And we will see yet another Volt Switch come out, yes, from Dicky's side of the field, chipping that Snorlax even further.
And the twisted damage just returns to normal. And we'll see if Manectric decides to attack and can picks up the KO onto this Snorlax.
Yes, and because otherwise the Snorlax could, if he like to say, goes the Manectric goes on the overheat there.
It
yes.
reveals the overheat.
Yes, and definitely
Duster picks up the
the
KO! And
Oh,
we
and
see
the
the
double edge.
Snorlax double edge onto the Manectric, picks up the KO from Manectric, and Wayward taking the first game of this second Swiss round by
by just a little bit. It was a very close feat
Game.
at the end. I mean, Dicky definitely. I mean, I thought he was in a fairly decent position. I mean, being able to have the haze there and also putting himself in a position where I thought at the end he would be able to prevail. But wow, even with the Trick Room expiring there, I think Waymond could have easily survived that Volt Switch either way, and he could have easily recycled and get back his berry. So, you know, in terms of longevity, the Snorlax seemed to be, yeah, I mean, definitely in the winning position towards the end.
but
The Earthquake definitely helping.
yeah,
him,
the
yes.
Earthquake is definitely like a good choice for this matchup. Usually uses the high horsepower,
Yes.
but Earthquake turns out to be a better move in this game. So I think we'll be looking forward to another Snorlax turn in this next round, especially with Wayward. Turns out that the Snorlax is like the key, the MVP, like
Yes.
the Pokemon that he wants to have at the very end game.
Yeah, that Earthquake from that Snorlax that touch specifically for this game, being able to, yeah, I mean, with the Tapu Fini and that Manectric situation there, being able to get the Earthquake off and definitely dealing a lot of damage. From what I believe, definitely picking up the Brazion previously and also lowering the health of the Tapu Fini until it's in its red. So the Earthquake definitely helped a lot for Wayward there, and it was an interesting tech from his end.
And Dicky right now onto the second round, going for the double integrate with the Incineroar and also Manectric, while Wayward is bringing his Cresselia and also Charizard on this very lead, on this
Yes.
very beginning turn. So right
and
now,
Dicky immediately provides that fake out pressure, you know.
yes,
And the Charizard staring down against the Manectric definitely does not want to take a Volt Switch there.
yeah, so Volt Switch picks up the KO on the previous round. And so right now Cresselia it's pretty much free if it does not get the fake
Fake
out.
out.
But probably like Incineroar wants the fake out pressure, especially onto the Cresselia, as the Charizard can be easily countered with the Manectric, I believe.
Yes. Of course, that Cresselia, they're being able to have both two different speed control options in Icy Wind and Trick Room. I think I would prefer that.
And so with the Intimidate again from the Manectric, going to reduce the attack, which does not really affect to these two special type Pokemon. And the Charizard Y also decides to Mega Evolve. So we'll see two Mega Evolution in this turn 1.
Yes, Charizard Mega Evolving there, bringing out the sun, and yeah, we will see if the fake out does come out into the Cresselia, yes, and a Snarl from the Snarl from the Manectric actually missing onto the Charizard, which was actually key from Dicky's side. That was what he
And
wanted.
the overheat will come out. Oh, and the Manectric also avoid attack. So pretty much
pretty balanced, I would say.
pretty balanced.
Barring the fake out, of course, on the Cresselia, doing very little chip damage, but more importantly, not allowing the Cresselia to Icy
Trick
Wind or Trick Room and basically get off speed control there. So I guess apart from that, it was pretty balanced.
Yeah, it was pretty
Yeah.
balanced with the wolves of these two Pokemon besides cannot use any
Missing, yes.
missing. Yeah, and the Volt Switch going on to the Cresselia side, good prediction right there, and going to switch a pivot to another type Pokemon that probably has a better match up against these two, Cresselia and also Charizard Wily.
Yes. With that. With that Charizard actually protecting their Dicky, actually falling that and going straight into the Cresselia, bringing the Tapu Fini, who would do fairly well against that.
Against both of these two Pokemon actually, especially like a lot of Tapu Fini is in a knockoff, which picks up the KO onto the Cresselia,
yes.
so no more speed control from Wayward's side. And you know, like Tapu Fini really fond of using like the Calm Mind setup,
Yes.
so probably it will be really helpful for the end game as well. But you know, sometimes I've seen like other plays Tapu Fini is a support type with Swagger.
Yeah,
type,
but with
probably
Tapu
this is
Fini,
not.
Yeah, with Tapu Fini having already revealed the
Bodywork.
Protect, Haze, and I believe Moonblast as well. I doubt the last move will be Calm Mind, but
Yep.
yeah, it's definitely an offensive Tapu Fini you see here. And with the Cresselia going down, it does give Dicky
Especially
more,
with the Water ZVC on the
yeah.
on the turn before, so it's probably like an offensive one.
It definitely gives Dicky a little bit of advantage for that Cresselia going down because it does not set up the trick. I mean, Waymond
Any-
uses his tricking endgame tricking option for that Snorlax there, which
No
we
Trick
have
Room,
seen.
no more IC Win, so Dicky is pretty much in a better position right now, but the Tapu Koko is threatening this Tapu Fini and also deal a lot of damage onto this Incineroar. Both of these full Pokemon, no switchings, and the Thunderbolt going onto the Tapu Fini directly picks up, still does not pick up the KO, and the Heat Wave will connect onto both of these two Pokemon, and we'll see if the Sun Boost, the Heat Wave picks up the KO onto the Tapu Fini,
Yes, definitely will pick up the KO there for Tapu Fini.
even though not very effective.
Yes, well, in that scenario, I'd say that Dicky definitely was a little bit threatened with that I mean, protected in Incineroar, he did feel threatened, but did you think that was the right move?
You know, I don't think that the Incineroar can, and you know, I think it can still survive and you know hits off with like knock off onto both any of these two Pokemon. No, you can't knock off. We've seen the Giga Volt Havoc and also the Mega Charizard Y, so no knock off. But probably like a Flare Blitz onto the Tapu Koko will be a better move, I would say. And the Fury Head is coming out here with from Dicky's side, going to
And the next trick going for the Volt Switch into the Charizard, barely surviving there, and actually switching back into his, I'd say Incineroar for that
Incineroar,
pick up
yeah.
pressure.
And Dicky does not look
Yes.
that happy with still surviving the Volt Switch, but probably it's something that Wayward's already calculate. Like that's the important things of you know setting your EV and IVs and setting your EVs to survive certain types of attacks. I would say that Wayward's has actually calculated this before.
Yes, but we see the Tapu Koko going for its Z move here. We see Giga Volt Havoc probably going into Xeon exit to ensure that the pick up the Charizard. Yes. We see it going into the Meridian doing
Tons of
about
damage.
half. Yeah.
Tons of damage, especially high special defense and also a super effective, not very high special defense and also with the terrain. But he will cleans it up for Wayward and picks up the KO onto the Virizion.
Yes, and in doing so, Charizard gets to stay on the field a little bit longer.
But with the finger pressure, you know, or with the Manectric, Manectric is actually one of the fastest Pokemon right now before Tapu Koko. After Tapu Koko, so Tapu Koko will be moving first and gives out really offensive pressure against Incineroar and also Manectric. But Incineroar probably wants to give out has the fake out pressure, so Dicky still has the momentum and protect from the Tapu Koko and probably another protect from the Charizard Y as well.
I think it's actually really difficult for Dicky right now. With Wayward's side of the field, he has just great ball positioning and he gets to burn the fake out as well. With Dicky down to his last two and the fake out having been burned, I mean, with the Snorlax at the back as well, it seems.
But there's no more sun, so Manectric can. Manectric can go for the Snarl right now. It's a good turn to go for a Snarl, and Incineroar can, you know, attack the Tapu Koko quite fairly.
Yes, it's still going to be an uphill battle here for Dicky. With the Feeny gone as well, there's no way you can get rid of the belly drum boost from the potential Snorlax at the back. And yeah, it's just going to be difficult for Dicky here.
Top wounds for Dazzling Gleam and quite a critical hit onto the Manectric, and the Flare Blitz. No more boost from the Sun going onto the Tapu Koko, deals a lot of damage. Still does not picks up the KO, and Incineroar still surviving.
Yeah, Tapu Koko hangs on from that Flare Blitz there, and we do see the Snorlax come back in. Yeah, with no way to get rid of the boost from the belly drum, it does seem a little bit difficult, but Incineroar could potentially be carrying.
Usually a berry, especially we have seen the Protect of Flare Blitz knock off, and also the Fake Out as well, so probably we won't see any low kick, which is pretty popular on Incineroar to counter Pokemon such as Snorlax.
Yes, but of course he hasn't revealed it, but I think he's revealed all four moves actually: Flare Blitz, Knock Off, Protect, and Fake Out. Yeah, so there's no low kick option there.
And Full Switch.
It's looking a bit difficult for Dicky.
And Flare Blitz going onto the Snorlax, deals
unless
quite some damage, but the Earthquake will picks up.
And of course popping the Argo Fairy there, I believe you've seen previously. Yeah, the Argo Fairy, yes. And Earthquake, oh yes, Waymond again revealing the double Earthquake there. Manectric surviving, but the Incineroar won't.
Yeah, especially with especially with the Snorlax still holding its berry.
Its own berry.
It's pretty hard for Dicky to win this game.
Yes, it was an uphill battle for Dicky towards the last few turns, especially. The Snorlax having the Earthquake, definitely a game changer, but more importantly,
the Snorlax actually bringing Earthquake is actually really good, especially in this matchup.
I think Dicky had a pretty decent chance if he could have preserved the Verizon a little bit better actually. Yeah, Verizon being able to, in a way, help with the Snorlax matchup. But, you know, Verizon essentially not having achieved a lot during these two games, going down fairly easily, I'd say, to the Giga Habit and subsequently the Heat Wave from the Charizard.
Yes.
I think, yeah, Dicky, if he had preserved that Verizon a little bit better, it would definitely have helped with this Snorlax matchup.
And also, like, if the Full Switch decides can picks up the K onto the Charizard, is pretty much a game changer as well. But Wayward's the Charizard can survive that Volt Switch is, you know, it's really good.
Yes, despite
momentum for him.
Yes, despite losing his speed control option
in the very beginning.
At the very beginning, you know, Wayward definitely did have a game plan going in, and the Earthquake sure did save him there. I'd say yes.
Yes, and do you think this will? I mean, the Snorlax Earthquake. There's not a lot of Snorlax brings Earthquake usually.
I'd say not as common as you say, but I have seen it before. Yes, yeah, and I think having brought it for this game definitely really did help him.
Yeah, I think that's like the key move and the key Pokemon for him to close the game.
Yes, and if he did not have Earthquake, then I'd say it would have been really difficult for him. And,
for example, like
Dicky
high horsepower,
Dicky
still has a better chance to win.
Yeah, but I think Dicky's downfall was definitely not allowing to preserve. I mean, not preserving the Verizon well enough, and by allowing it to go down so easily and essentially not achieving anything, it's pretty much I would think it's a waste. Yes.
Yeah, I think so. We'll be finishing with the game right now. We'll
be moving on to the player interview. I think yes.
We'll be moving into the player interview. So stay tuned. We'll be Wayward here on this caster desk.